Warning. The following video contains strong language and opinions that some viewers may find offensive.
This program is intended for a mature audience. Viewer discretion is advised.
Motherfucker in the sky! We can get twice as high! 10 o'clock, you love this stuff! Let's get it started! We can't smoke anywhere! You're in luck, it's high as fuck! Happy hour!
What up, stoners? Welcome to another episode of High as Fuck Happy Hour with your hosts, Dab Jesus and Good Hayes.
Yes, sir, that's me.
We nailed it!
Nailed it! Years and years of practice, but he got her down.
Hey, y'all. It's Dab Steve.
Yeah, shout out. Yeah, I feel the same way, Jason.
Yeah.
Shout out to all of our sponsors and partners, like the fine folks at Mountain. That's what?
The mouse.
Oh. The fine folks at Mountain Man Mike's Bus Services, the Next Level Inc., Beyond 420, Canna Club, and Hayes Bros.
Thank you all.
With special thanks to the CCC.
Look at these guys understanding their assignment.
Yeah, you guys can drop stars at any point throughout the stream because we're just going to count it for next week's giveaway. This week's giveaway for last week's stars is pretty cool. We got a vape and some other things that we're going to get down on. I'm a little bummed. I can't remember what we did with that.
Man. Is it not in the next room over there?
No. Jason, check the boxes around you.
Yeah, I didn't see any in this box.
Bummer. So normally what we do is we get a dab into ourselves and then we're like, oh, I got the munchies. What do we score from the next level? But here's the thing. We went to the next level on like fucking Tuesday. We went to the level on Tuesday. And I smoked pot every day between Tuesday and now. So what happened to that bag?
I don't know.
Your guess is as good as mine, man. So, we don't have the munchies for the show, fucking oddly enough. But what we do have is a surprise, unannounced fucking surprise guest on the show. We've got Jeffrey Lundstrom from Skunk Funk. You might know him as the Skunk Funk guy on Instagram. He's also was the producer and host of the Prairie Medicinal Harvest Cup.
Fuck yeah.
Canada's longest running cannabis cup. You guys pulled off 10 fucking years,
10 years.
man. That's incredible, dude.
Yeah.
Can you tell our viewers what it takes to do that shit for 10 years?
Dedication. A sense of necessity and pride. A sense of accomplishment. A sense of community. A sense of having a place in Saskatchewan where we can gather and smoke that the way that they do everywhere else I went. You know, that was the big reason for the Prairie Medicinal Harvest Cup, was just the fundamentals of having something homegrown like that in the prairies. Because I'd have to travel Vancouver, I'd have to travel Toronto, I'd have to travel all across, to Amsterdam, to Barcelona, to these huge events, and I'm watching these things go on, especially in Canada, in my own country. I'm just watching them happen, and I'm like, well, why can't this go on in the prairies? And 2010, we started kicking the idea. 2009, we started kicking the idea, but 2010, we birthed and did the first cup ever. So, and then what did the year 10 would have been right before COVID. So we did 2019, but we didn't do 20 and 21 because of COVID restrictions and lockdown. Well, everybody fucking knows. And and then we came back and finished up our last one last year in September. So 2022, it was real small. What happened through legalization?
Intimate.
I like it.
Yeah.
What happened between legalization and COVID was basically just the wipe of what black market was and the pocketbooks that people had based on prohibition type cost of cannabis. So long and short of it, the sponsors were gone. The people that wanted to open sell cannabis were afraid, scared of the new laws and the fucking same shitty people who peddled their fucking bullshit before, peddling their all new bullshit. Yeah, and all they cared about was investors and lining the pockets. You see how well that worked out for everybody.
Right.
Yeah, well, I still sit here, an MMAR card holder, smoking cannabis, flying with cannabis, growing cannabis, under zero regulations because I have the Allard in injunction to uphold my rights to continue to grow. Because every time the federal government took us to court for medicinal marijuana, they were slapped in the face with injunctions. They were told, you can't do that. I can't believe we're still here fighting reasonable access.
Right.
Well, there's patients right now suffering without cannabis or access to cannabis or quality cannabis. The problem with the regulatory system is that's simply it, regulatory.
Yeah.
There's so many rules. There's no incentive for anybody to do it that way. So they don't if they don't have to. And even the guys who are doing it legal all came from the illegal market, the vast majority of them. So guess what all those guys are doing? Backdoor and shit.
Yeah.
Fuck, I heard a guy at a cannabis shop basically saying, oh, we can't sell you more than 10 milligrams of this, but here's a pack that has 20 in them of 10 milligrams, right?
Yeah.
So he's actually selling 200 milligrams, but they're, around the regulations, right? Oh, we could sell you this limited pack because they're not releasing anymore. Is actually what he said.
Yeah. You should see what happened today, actually, at the park today. We had a police officer come up.
Really?
Yeah.
He's a peace officer, yeah.
The peace officer's a bit different.
I don't know what his
he was
job
chilling
is, but
about
he's like, because we got dab rigs on the table. He comes up, he goes, you guys got some cannabis going on? I'm like, yeah, we got some medication out. He goes, oh, you're medical? Yeah.
Yeah. So Stunzy runs.
He's like, are you going to ask
us
us for our license? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, well, are you a federal officer or a municipal officer?
That's right. 'Cause
Right?
if you're not a
Like-
Health Canada official, I don't have to.
So
do
Johnny
shit.
starts fucking chatting him up. He's like, do you even know what you're asking us to give you? Because say there's a dozen medical patients here, you're going to be handed a dozen completely different pieces of paper. Because there's MMAR, ACMPR, MMPR, fucking this dispensary, that LP, prescription, or
Yeah.
there's 12 different medical patients, you're going to get 12 different forms.
Yeah,
Johnny's like, do you
what's
even
your
know what
knowledge
you're
base?
asking us for?
Yeah, what's your knowledge base?
And he's like, well, I can ask you for it. And Johnny's like, do you know the law? And he's like, well, to be honest with you, not really. He's like, well, we do. We're the Calgary Cannabis Club, and we fully know the bylaws. Because it's our job to, and we don't have to show you our shit.
And then by then,
And then he
like,
left us
well,
alone.
he goes, I guess you're right. I'm going to take your word for it, basically. He goes, I could go in my car and I could look all this up. But
Yeah,
I don't
you're
really...
going to go to your car, you're going to look it up, you're going to find out that we're right, and then you're going to leave.
Yeah.
But he was really nice about it, and he left.
That's good. They should be polite.
He was
They should be
really
nice.
polite.
Like
We asked
that-
him to have a cookie on his way out.
Yeah, I'm like, have a cookie. There's no weed in it, I promise. And there wasn't, but just like the way I said it, right? He's
Yeah.
like, oh, there's definitely weed in them fucking cookies. Jason, can you
Nah.
open that door so that it's not on camera like that? Because there's a green wall on the other side of the door. Yeah, see what
Look at
happened?
you, look at that door to your belly.
No, this side. We were talking about that earlier, how I should just do the stream. Oh, yeah, I'll do it, right? So that part covers my nipple. Just do the stream with one tit out.
Laurie, if you want to send 200 stars, go right ahead.
Yeah, if you send us 200 stars, then Facebook will give us $1 or something like that.
Yeah.
So by all means, please do. But the regular stars for the Wheel of Free Shit, you guys can send in at any point during the show.
Yep.
Jason will record that, and you'll win shit next week, and that's how that works.
Oh, what's the wheel of?
The Wheel of Free Shit!
Oh, can I throw some bubble hash into the wheel of free shit?
For sure.
Okay, I have a gram of my award-winning bubble hash
Ooh.
Ooh-wee.
to get put into there. There you are.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
First place in the
Fucking-
419 Cup.
Some of the Fat Lum Private Reserve.
Dude, that stuff is so good.
Hell
So
yes.
good.
Yes.
That's gonna go in there. You guys are also gonna win the sticker pack and some papers
And this fucking
and
cool
this
thing.
2-in-1 vaporizer. It's a G9 green light or whatever the fuck.
So does it do weed and oil?
Weed and oil, I guess.
Look at that, you can smoke your hash
2-in-1.
in
You might even be able to put your hash in it. So fucking that'd be cool.
it.
When I get home too, I got a bunch of leftover Prairie Cup stuff and a bunch of leftover like free shit that I got from like for my store and shit.
Oh yeah.
I'll send you whatever I have. You guys can fucking add it to your next thing,
Wicked.
Sweet,
right?
man,
Or
thank
just
you.
go through it whenever throw it in on because you do this weekly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, word. So I'll just send you a box full of shit when I get
Aw,
back.
man, thank
I
you.
love boxes full of shit, man. Fred did that to me a couple weeks ago. He comes over and goes, "A box full of shit." I'm like, "What's up with the box full of shit?" He's like, "I'll give it away on the show."
Nice.
Fucking box full of shit.
Right?
Fucking thanks, Fred.
Well, what the fuck am I gonna do with that stuff? I mean, I got fucking. Well, either I still have half a skunk funk packed
Yeah.
in my garage.
Fuck.
The one good thing
We're
to
gonna go
come
online.
out of
That's cool.
the Grand Wizard, as you would call him, one good thing that came out of him is he gave me a box of shit. That was like a head stop fucking clean out. So we had like 100 pipes and fucking
Goodness.
Yeah, we need to take a second and have a moment of silence
moment of silence for the Grand Wizard.
for the Grand Wizard. May he rest in peace. Hilarious. If you know, you fucking know.
The Grand Wizard, master of the necromancy, right?
Master of everything, gets fuck all done. Man, my homie, we've been smoking since we were 17. This dude I know back home. He's 45, still lives in his mom's basement. Still in the exact same spot, like exact same chair, I think even.
The piss bottles from 20 years ago is
Right,
probably
still
sitting
sitting
the
there.
same.
Collecting dust.
Like I'm telling you, like that's the Grand Wizard.
Yeah.
Still sitting in his mom's house cooking up fucking grandioso fucking wizard.
Sitting in the
ideas.
basement pretending to be Dwayne the Rock Johnson. What happened to the
I don't
fucking...
even know, dude.
Our white balance just went way off.
Oh,
There it goes. Lori's asking, who's the guy you're talking to? So the guy we're talking to is Jeffrey Lundstrom of Skunk Funk fame. Unfortunately, you don't have a shop that they can check
I
out
don't. You can
anymore,
go.
but-
You can go to our. We have our Facebook page still. So Skunk,
Okay.
Skunk
Your
Funk on
retail?
Facebook,
Awesome.
and then you can follow me on Instagram, the Skunk Funk guy.
Yeah.
Like that's the best way, really. And then if you want to, you can go look at our online. But all it just says is our online store coming soon.
Yeah.
So skunkfunksmoker.ca is our official website.
Oh, okay.
And then of
Yeah.
course I'm the founder of the Prairie Medicinal Harvest Cup, which was Canada's longest running cannabis cup.
And honestly, I think like
Illicit
in its
or gray
heyday,
market.
like that was the best cup. And I've been to a few, right? Like I've done Karma Cup, I've done the
We didn't call it
GCGG,
the
I've
best.
done High Times.
the
Hi, Mama
friendliest. It
It's
was
the friendliest
the
cup in
friendliest
Canada.
cup in Canada.
Get
I
your
don't want to
star
say
in.
the best. If you guys want to call it that, I'm okay with it.
I'm gonna go right ahead and call it the best
Yeah.
I appreciate
because I've
that.
done them from coast to coast and all across and all that shit.
I had a lot of fun
And
at yours.
yes, it was definitely the friendliest cup.
It was.
Because like the first year I met you, you're like, hey, you know, fucking nice to meet you, great time, we'll take care of you. Come on up to the VIP after the show, we'll fucking hang out and smoke weed. And like,
Okay.
very fucking welcoming. All the other vendors were all fucking super cool dudes. We all hung out and got high together and that shit. So definitely the friendliest cup.
You are a really good host.
But
I tell you.
there's,
That's the way
you
to
know,
do it.
there's always fucking great acts on the stage, good music happening, funny fucking performances and shit like that. The vendors, there's a great mix of vendors, fucking great fucking people, all that shit. The venue
Was amazing.
was fucking crazy. And like, just the shit, like the 30-foot long fucking volcano bag.
That's
and
actually
the Cannabis Olympics and
longest,
shit.
That's the largest vapor bag in the world.
Yeah, the Cannabis Olympics
Fuck
was
yeah.
my favorite. I'm most proud of my second place. Like I've got a first place medal for the way off, but I'm actually most proud of my second place medal, and that was for the synchronized dab, where me and Matt threw rigs across the room at each other.
Oh yeah,
Fucking
shit.
toss a rig, catch it, and do a dab. But our synchronization wasn't that good. We just won a lot of points on flipping a fucking rig.
On
technique.
Yeah, we had flair. You know, we weren't super synchronized, but we had the fucking like full jazz hands motion going.
Right.
The most important thing about a cup is just to make sure that it has the elements that everybody can be involved with. Like Tracy Curley, she's not around anymore. but an activist from Toronto and an amazing person and a friend who helped me get the Prairie Cup off the ground for the first 3 years. She said, you get them there, you make sure they're stoned, you make sure they're fed, and you make sure they're entertained.
Yeah.
And if you include those 3 things with stoners, you can't lose.
And even
that's what we
simple
want. We're
shit.
gonna enjoy ourselves, be entertained, and eat some fucking munchies.
Even the simple shit, and like, this is a big production with stage and fucking all this shit going on. And you know, there's a fucking big ass bowl full of party mix. Like, regardless of whatever, if you just need some munchies, you got some
It's
munchies.
right there.
It's such a stoner thing to do, but it fits perfectly. There's just a big ass bowl of party mix. You got the munchies, cup full of party mix. Fuck you, right?
Yeah.
But there's great pizza next door, but until then, fucking party mix it is.
Yeah, that was the best part about the venue downtown. It had accessibility to everything in the downtown core
Yeah.
Saskatoon offered, right?
You had to make sure you brought a lot of extra smokes
Give us
with
chairs
you.
too.
And then of course we have a Facebook page for the Prairie Cup as well, and we have our website. I think for the Prairie Cup might still be running. That might have got shut down, but if not, our Instagram and our so at Prairie Cup. .ca I think for Instagram, and then we still have our Twitter. We have all our stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just not doing the cup because there's no store. There's no there's no point really. Like the gravity of things have changed so much.
Yeah.
We're not doing stuff like that now. We're doing things like pot fights in Vancouver in September,
Yeah.
which is more geared toward industry based, and more specifically geared towards people having fun. Just getting back to, we're done with the activism. If anything's taught us with Cannabis Day and the fiasco that happened in downtown Vancouver this year, if anything's taught us that it's over, what are we fighting for? Them to tell us we can smoke weed? Because I already know we can.
Yeah.
So we don't need that. We need to focus on continuing to lobby to change the existing regulations to fit our narrative. Sort of similar to what happened with craft Canada or craft beer throughout legalization of beer. In the beginning, when they first brought alcohol prohibition and they ended that, all that you could get was a goddamn Molson or a fucking. There was no fucking craft beer. There was no micro breweries. There was no craft breweries. There was no guys, making these IPAs and stuff that didn't exist.
You either
That
drank
took
Labatt's or Molson's or American.
Right. It took years of them lobbying the government to not only include them, but that. So you see the same wash with cannabis legalization in Canada. They're so fucking greedy that they can't see past the bullshit. So they run it the same way. That's how they did it. And that's because the government's real bad at their fucking job.
Right.
And this is why
Terrible.
you don't hire Bill Blair, an ex-narcotics officer, to write your fucking policy on legalization of cannabis in Canada. Like, that's as smart as having a fucking convicted pedophile run your daycare center.
That, you said it right.
Like, holy fuck, man, that guy is not interested
No,
in
you
what
can't.
regulatory control has anything to do with the interest of what me and you think is fucking quality cannabis. An example is that you can't see it.
Yeah.
You can't go in and fucking look at it. You buy bud from me, you get to see it. Because it's in a nice clear bag like this, or usually a jar if I'm not traveling. You get to look at it. You can smell it. Shit, we'll roll one up and have one. Go smoke that bitch.
You steal yours.
Okay.
My card cap's missing.
It's over
There's
there
two
on that
over here.
table.
Oh.
Oh,
Give me my
Give me-
back.
that's the one.
I'll take it.
So we just have to work within inside the framework that allows us to then to get what we want. That's already starting to happen in places like BC. So BC has dropped their regulatory control on you no longer have to have your stores blacked out. So people can see inside your shop.
Yeah, it's a safety issue.
For 100%, man. You're gonna black it out so nobody can see you getting robbed?
Yeah.
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean.
so fucking smart.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, just, that's the same as masking up people. Well,
Yeah, so you
we're
go
gonna
rob
think
people.
criminals
Oh,
are
we
gonna-
don't know what he looks like. He's wearing a mask.
I can't
That's
believe
right.
I got kicked out of the bank for not wearing a mask.
That's what I mean.
Like, you motherfuckers would have arrested me if I walked in here with a mask last year. What the hell?
When we had 5 people rob Skunk Funk with masks on during the pandemic, and the police officer said there's actually... It's
Nothing
actually,
they can do.
Well, no, they said there's actually a law that you can be charged with for using a mask in committing a crime. Because if you hide your identity, it's a separate fucking charge. So I remember them saying, I'm not sure how that would apply based on the regulatory control. So it was real fucking crazy, man. Like,
Yeah, that is crazy.
the amount of stuff that had changed, just in the landscape of even our lives as potheads. It put a real damper on activism because we couldn't fucking publicly gather to protest.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't peacefully protest, and we all know that you can't because the trucker convoy taught us that, if you can't peacefully protest in their country, your democracy is completely fucking gone. There's absolutely no way you can think you live in a free and democratic society when the largest employer of the country is the government.
Yeah, right.
So the largest employer of Canada is the government of Canada. They employ more people than anybody else in this fucking country. That's scary. That means that all those people are addicted to the Kool-Aid.
Yeah. We actually used the protest thing today when the bylaw was asking us this, and the other thing, and we're telling him his own fucking job, and it got to the point Johnny's like, well, if you don't buy all this other shit, this is a protest. And the guy's like, well, now I really can't do anything, can I? It's like, yeah, pretty much. This is civil disobedience. We're having a protest. It's our federal right, man. Frick off.
And it shows the specific bench, too, with the alcohol. Like, why?
Yeah. That's crazy. You know that in Calgary here, you can rent a bench to fucking get drunk at. In a public park next to a playground. You can get drunk at the picnic tables. But you can't smoke weed in public.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, right?
Right?
Yeah. It should though,
Fuck,
like,
man.
holy
Boy,
fuck.
I tell you
And most
this.
people I talk to, like Calgary citizens and shit, they have no idea that Calgary has this ban on public consumption.
Yeah, I just buy it and smoke it.
No, and that's the most fucked up part about legalization. They're like, oh, you can smoke it now, but you got to go get it from this store where you can't see it or try it. You're gonna believe that we tell you what it is.
Yeah.
The asshole that just got his bud tender
It's got
license
48% THC.
just got his bud license online as a
Yeah.
bud tender,
Hey,
right?
Douglas.
Can safe, eh? Right? Shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah.
No. How about experience? Where's experience coming
Yeah,
into
my
play?
problem with the legal system is my criminal record prevents me from entering the legal fucking system.
Did you guys want some of this strawberry Gary?
Sure.
Now,
Problem is, I hate the fucking legal
see,
system.
now I want to go back to like the whole. I'm glad that BC got rid of the thing on the wall, but like it's so weird that they have like the cover on the windows, and then they still have it behind the shelf covered there too. So like,
It's crazy that these people told me I was a criminal my whole fucking life. My whole life while I consumed. Right? And then fucking after they legalize it, now they still call me a criminal.
Yeah.
Like, what do I do as a pothead to make it right for you?
right?
Like, it's fucking insane to me.
I'm a human being.
Right. No victim, no crime.
Fucking amen.
Right. And that's what I said to the police at Cannabis Day when they tried to fucking arrest us and fine us for fucking the Cannabis Act. Fucking surrounded us with cops. There's fucking more cops than there were fucking potheads.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out to the S&M Medicinal Sweet Shop real quick. Doug Sikora out there.
There's some
and
tasty treats coming
Yeah.
from those guys.
They
still-
sent us
They
some?
sent us some to
Nice.
like sample some stuff, and
So
oh
good,
man, like
man.
the fudge and
Oh,
man.
Now there's medicinal-based people that
Yeah.
care about the products that they're providing.
I
for
love
the
those guys.
community.
They
Quality
do
products.
great live streams, you know.
Yeah.
Some of the
spreading
best,
the
some
good
of the best.
information.
Check them out.
Fucking
Absolutely.
right.
And if you get a chance to order any of their tasty,
Yeah.
you won't be fucking disappointed.
Yeah.
We got
That's
some
totally
stuff
worth
from
it.
them, I think, last year, and it was so
This is tasty.
good.
The strawberry Gary is out of this fucking world.
Dude, that is so good.
It's some of
It's
the
so
nicest.
smooth.
Yeah, dude.
Like it's like the ash is nice.
When you get through a joint and you're like pinned, And that's coming from a guy who's been smoking fucking weed for 30 years. Like, panda out.
Fred says, howdy, much love, Jeffrey.
Yeah, I'm not far
Yeah,
behind you.
what's that?
I'm about a
Fred
20
says,
year.
much love, Jeffrey,
Oh,
and howdy.
fuck yeah, Fred.
I'm about
Yeah.
a 20, 25
You
year
see, they
veteran.
got the Jeffrey Cannabis Shop. You know, got me a fucking mug in Roslyn, BC, if anybody knows where the fuck that is.
Jeffrey's Cannabis Shop. That was,
Jeffrey's Cannabis Shop.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's
So they give me a free mug, so if it's the only shop in Roslyn.
Yeah.
Yeah, they looked like they were kind of like a head shop, but then sort of converted over to selling weed.
That's cool.
You
Because
want to buy some weed, man?
Definitely, the dude behind the counter was like, "Yo," he wasn't Jeffrey, but
Yeah.
he's the one who gave me the free mug. I told him I'd blast out Jeffrey's Cannabis Shop in Roslyn, BC. So
Yeah.
if you're ever
That's
in the
awesome.
middle of fucking BC, southern
Go hit
BC,
him up.
yeah, it's 10 kilometers from the U.S. border.
Interesting.
We probably
Yeah.
passed through it.
Yeah,
Wait,
you-
I think I remember seeing that on our way because we hit up Grand Forks.
Yeah, so Roslyn's right near Grand Forks.
Okay.
Trail, it's right at the bottom
Yeah.
of Trail. So Roslyn's
Oh, okay.
up top, Trail's down at the bottom.
Gotcha.
You want to hear a crazy story about Trail is
Oh,
they were in World War II. They were a protected part of the war. You couldn't get in a car. You could only get in by train and shit because they have the largest smelting. That's where all the lead bullets came from during World War
Oh,
II.
damn.
It was like a protected site, and that's what the industry
Smelting
still is.
factory.
That's what the industry still is there. Yeah, we went past Greenwood, which is just back down the road a little
Yeah.
bit, and they have this huge slag pile from all the fucking
That's
smelting that
cool,
was
man.
done. Was copper, gold, palladium, silver, nickel, all came out of that same region.
Nice.
But their slag pile was fucking crazy. You can see it from the road. It looks like a fucking mountain. Like it's great. Yeah, there's all this melted fucking slag.
That's pretty
Looks
cool
like
to
it looks
check out.
like a black rock.
That'd be
almost.
cool to check out.
It's
though.
wild, dude. It's
Yeah.
wild. So if you ever get a chance to take that southern route through Crow's Nest and up to
That
Cranbrook,
was
and
awesome, man.
got to see Tamara Cartwright.
Yeah.
Smoked a joint in Cranbrook today with her.
That's
Oh,
cool.
nice.
Nice little pit stop.
Scotty lives in Cranbrook.
Yeah, man, it's fucking beautiful, but smoky,
to
real
tour.
smoky to the south.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Yeah.
know what forest fire is juicing that over there, but ooh, it was black,
Yeah.
dark
Was,
coming in.
ooh. Was that like in the stateside?
I don't know. I said no because it lingered heavy coming in once I hit the 22, so that I turned off after the Crow's Nest
Yeah, I
to
don't
come
know
into
where this
Calgary.
fire is though.
Thick,
but-
dude, thick. So maybe it's coming.
Apparently,
from northwest.
Nancy Green is an Olympic skier from Roslyn.
Yeah. There's a ski hill there. Like Roslyn's, like they're calling Roslyn to be like the next Whistler.
Oh
So
yeah,
okay.
that's when my friend bought property there. They,
Whistler with less yuppies.
Right.
For now.
For now. Well, you know, it's so far out there, but what's really close is a Soyuz.
Oh yeah, that place
Holy
is cool.
shit,
Dude, that place
that's
burned,
amazing.
eh?
Really?
Like
Not
a
surprised.
few years ago, that place, like 90% of that place burned.
It looks good for a place that burned.
Yeah,
But
I
there's
like
houses
Osoyoos
with
because Osoyoos is kind of like.
It's fun to say too.
They got houses with observatories
Yeah.
Yeah.
on top of the fucking hill, man. You know,
So
fucking checking
cool.
all the stars and shit, man. I'm like moving to a Soyuz. It's
you
beautiful there, man. Like
want to
coming
live
into
up
the-
there though.
Oh yeah, man, way up at the top.
It's kind of like Kelowna, really, like being down at the bottom of a valley with a big lake like that. Like
For
That
sure, it's
fucking
beautiful.
road
It's
down
a
there
lot
is
like
like gnarly
Kelowna.
road, eh?
It's wild.
Dude,
Yeah,
when we
that
came
road is
through there,
wild.
we went through a fucking monsoon when we were heading to 420.
Right
Oh,
after
really?
Holy
Soyuz.
shit. Yeah, coming out of a Soyuz, like just fucking torrential downpour to the point where you could not see the front of your own fucking car. And we're still ripping through it like $1.10.
I know how to drive.
Yeah.
I could see.
Like I could just see taillights, like just a hint of red in the distance.
If
Like
you
we're
want to kinda
good.
get off the beaten path and not travel to number one, the 5 to Edmonton is really nice. Goes up through Clearwater and stuff.
Yep.
That's a beautiful
I've hit
drive
that
going to
one.
the backside of Kamloops.
I always
But-
take the back roads.
But the south route, man, that Crow's Nest up through to Princeton.
Dude,
it's
we hit
just
some
beautiful.
gnarly weather too.
Beautiful drive.
We hit some fucking.
Make sure your brakes work.
Oh, they did.
The fucking prairie boys, eh? Used to
I
going
did
up
my-
and down like that.
I know. I did my brakes right before we went.
Yeah.
Unless we're making babies, that's fucking hiding out in the winter.
But no, we hit some fucking massive like weather. Like it was like snowy, slushy ice.
Oh, really? Yeah, no, the extreme
Blizzard.
weather patterns up there.
Remember
they
that,
changed
Gord?
Super
I
quick.
do. I do remember that.
Yeah, Vancouver was
Chad
a
knew
washout,
that.
man. Cannabis Day was a fucking washout.
Yeah, fuck Cannabis Day. Tell me about that shit because, like, that's kind of why we got this policey background on the show today.
Right. So basically, the day before, we started getting pictures from like people activists and people that we knew were coming to the park, and they fenced it up like they did in 2015 with the art gallery.
Yeah.
So they fenced it up. So we knew the fences were up, and so that lit a fire under Neil Magnuson. He was all fired up when I talked to him.
Yeah, shout out to Neil.
And he said that he was, he said that CTV was supposed to be there, but I just don't know if it's the same kind of newsworthy they used to have, right? Like, because nobody showed up for the news.
Yeah.
We were there at 8:30, and there was already a heavy police presence, like probably 30 cops, and we were engaged in arguments with them right away. And of course they don't like the way I talk to them, because the way I talk to them is you work for, I consider you to work for me.
Yeah.
I pay
I'm your boss.
I
and
pay
this is
tax
what's up.
dollars. Yeah, you work for me. You're a public servant. You're to serve and protect. And if there's a real problem, you have to make sure I'm covered.
Yeah.
Like I'm a fucking medicinal marijuana patient. So they gave us the breakdown on what they expected, which was basically no weapons sales, and they gave us first we got set up. We were gonna set up on the one side right across from the train station, but Neil didn't think that was public enough, and I really think he wanted to shut down Main Street. Like I think he wanted to. So we moved over to the other side, and this is what's surreal about Vancouver. We move over to the other side, and if you're familiar with Thornton Park, it's right next to Science World, just down the block,
Yeah.
and there's a SkyTrain station right there, and lots of junkies get high there. So we're literally setting our tents up. Well, I watched a guy shoot up in his hand in front of 30 police. And because they have that new open drug use policy, they just asked them to move it along.
Yeah.
So they were
That's why, 'cause I
more
was-
concerned about us openly selling marijuana than they were concerned about people shooting up right in front of them.
Yeah.
Like it's so surreal.
When I was going to visit my brother, I was walking by two cops that had a guy stop there. He's just puffing away on his fucking meth pipe.
Right.
Yeah, they don't
Like-
give a shit.
Are you
It's
fucking
wild.
kidding
It's
me?
wild. So is this like? So what's the priority? Like where is the priority?
There's me stone walking down the
The
street.
priority is
Wow.
protecting the fucking interests of the fucking stockholders.
Legal
of the
corporate-
cannabis.
corporate cannabis.
What's the switch from in 3 months though? I mean, they seem so happy, as I heard from people. That
Yeah,
they-
like in
about
Vancouver,
the big joint. They were looking
420.
at it.
420.
Yeah.
It's
They were
420 had a
scoping it.
lot of factors involved. I think the biggest one was the number of people. Like they wouldn't have arrested that many people.
That's fair.
It was
Yeah.
also pouring rain.
Yeah.
It was not your typical good weather 420.
Yeah, there was
right?
only like
So,
a dozen cops
there was
all
yeah
day.
there was a different element to the 420.
Someone said there was an undercover walking around.
Well, there was a
Guaranteed.
couple of them,
You're
yeah,
gonna
but they're
always
easy
be
to
there.
spot.
But they
really.
were pulling all the drunks out of the park.
Yeah, that was the cool thing about 420 is they were there, you're there, everybody's like selling weed, and the cops walk by, don't do shit, but they grab a guy who's drunk and disorderly and fucking take him away. It's like, hell yeah, dude! Get that fucking drunken guy the fuck out of here.
So we got a list. Let me read you some of this shit because it's actually pretty fucking funny. So I'll read you what the police, what they tried to tell us were. Well, they gave us a warning letter first, basically, and then they tried to.
Stacy.
And then they tried to. Then they tried to give us a list of the fines, which were wild. Like the stuff on the fines, like the actual, yeah, it was quite bizarre. Like what they had listed for things, which was one of them was including selling to a minor. It's like, I don't know what they think. Maybe because that's the only place that fucking poor kids can find fucking cannabis because they're not legal to smoke it.
Yeah.
Poor fuckers, eh? They don't got no drug dealer to go to.
Yeah, they don't know fucking smooth Rick behind the bowling alley.
That's right. So they fucking, this is their only chance. They're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Or they had underage undercover going.
Yo, shout out to the First Spot Head Shop out in Grand Forks.
Yeah, man.
Hi, guys.
Thank you, guys. We love you.
Grand Forks, where's that?
BC.
Oh yeah, I know near Roslyn. I wonder if they know.
Yeah.
I wonder if they know Jeffrey.
There's Melvin and
Jeffrey's
Martina.
Canada.
Melvin and Martina Muir from the First Spot Head Shop.
He
out
helped
there.
me swap my
Well, I
tires.
wish I
over.
had known. I ought to stop there and check them out, man. I just drove through that shit.
Well, if you go back that way,
Ever.
hit him up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice, quaint little shop. They're cool. Long time viewers. We like them.
Yeah. And they helped us out. And I got a free hoodie.
All right, so here was the warning letter. It says the Vancouver Police Department
These guys
respects the fundamental rights of a person to peacefully assemble
He's
or
done.
protest as detailed in Section 2 of the Charter of Rights and Freedom. The Vancouver Police Department has clearly communicated to event organizers that the right to assemble and protest will be supported. There will also be consideration of the need of enforcement of applicable laws, including laws governing sales and possession of cannabis. If you are considering selling cannabis at this event, we encourage you to communicate with the police officer present to ensure that you are in compliance with the law, including the Cannabis Control and Licensing Act that requires an individual to hold a valid license and to demonstrate that any cannabis is a legal source. The goal of the Vancouver Police Department is to work collaboratively with the event organizers and participants to assure the event occurs in a peaceful and law-abiding manner.
The fuck?
What the fuck?
Right.
Oh, beg my pardon.
So that was their warning letter, and then they followed that with a fine list. Unfortunately, I thought the fine list there was part of that picture as well, but it's not. But I know there is some. I'll get you the picture of the fine list. But it included crazy things like selling to a minor. But realistically, the selling to a minor fines were less. They had a public intoxication fine though for cannabis.
It was higher
So
than that.
over consumption of cannabis. Well, who the fuck are you to
Say that I'm
to,
over.
Yeah, who
You
the
don't know how
fuck?
much I smoke before noon on any given day.
Well, who the fuck are you to say that anyways?
Yeah.
Like, do I come into your bedroom and tell you how to fuck your boyfriend? No, I don't. See, how the fuck are you gonna come tell me that I'm too wasted?
Cheers.
Like, holy shit, man. That's the part. Like, when somebody's liquored on fucking alcohol, you can visibly see that. But I can fucking smoke 30 fucking finger-sized dubs a day and still function just fine. I'll go drive my fucking car.
Yeah.
And they'll just assume you smoked one or two.
Well, they wouldn't fucking
They don't know. They don't.
Oh, they
wouldn't
wouldn't even
matter.
know.
Yeah.
I got a 30 gram a day license. If they tested me, it'd be through the fucking roof anyways.
Right.
So,
You
yeah,
gotta be
man.
24 in Montreal to smoke.
That's like I said, we're back to the same bullshit. It's the same as when they legalized to grow. They required LPs to have fucking level 9 security for your fucking cannabis, which means you had to have like literally
Vaults.
Fort Knox inside the center of
Yeah,
the,
I know. I got to see it all.
And you want to know why they did that? Because in the beginning,
To discourage people?
no. This is how ignorant and stupid they are. In the beginning, they thought that if people just started growing weed in warehouses in a production facility on a
They'd be
large
broken
scale,
into.
they thought that Hell's Angels or bikers would roll in like Mad Max style and bust down the gate and fucking steal everything. That's what they believed.
I mean, they could, but they don't.
Listen, a bank's level security, level 4, where your money's kept.
Yeah.
So apparently cannabis is more important than you need level 9 security, like fobs on every door that fucking... Now, a friend of mine who worked with inside the regulatory system to help get things changed said he was at the meeting when they said that you didn't have to do that anymore. There's people that actually tried to convince them to not change their mind on it because they'd already spent millions of dollars building their
You got it. You might as well keep it, right?
That's it.
Like,
They were so mad, dude. There's people that just went, oh, when they made the decision. They're like, no. Because these people spent $2 million or $3 million.
So now it's a lot cheaper to fucking build one now.
Right,
Oh, yeah.
right. Well, you don't need Fort Knox. You just have a locker with a padlock. You like just
Little gun safe.
And when it comes to illegal cannabis coming out of there, like you just meet the guy at the back door. Who cares about security? Meet the guy at the back door. You give him a small bag. He gives you a big bag.
But that goes to show you bureaucrats. Like they're so fucking out of touch. They don't have any
stars
clue.
in people who are watching now.
Right.
Fucking
If you haven't,
the
Thomas
bureaucracy is ridiculous too because they don't even fucking communicate with each other.
No incentive.
If they did, they might understand a
No
thing or
incentive to go legal for anybody. Why companies ever did it is beyond me. The only people I know that had incentive to go legal would be Matt and Kurt, and they had their own fucking side purpose for that because they were already in. I guess that's what happens when you're a cannabis lawyer and a fucking cannabis guru. Right? You know, like they had the in. Those are the only people I know that had the incentive to go legal.
Yeah,
all the rest of them did not. Right? And you know, it's nice to see that it's been 5 years. We're starting to see some quality cannabis. There's some shit that I would smoke. I'd smoke Great Gardener shit anytime, man.
Yeah,
that's a wonderful grower.
There are
to say that he
producers
doesn't
that are
know
putting
what
out
he's
good
doing
shit.
would be fucking a lie. Guy's been a grower for fucking like 25 years. He used to grow underground for the fucking Vancouver's Buyers Club.
Man, remember the Barb?
Barb's so tasty.
Oh, Barber Bud?
Yeah.
Holy fuck, man.
You should see the shit he used to grow back in like 2009.
Oh, yeah?
Hey, he's popping some old genetics if you saw his Instagram recently.
Okay.
Yeah, he's popping some like fucking like 20-year-old genetic stuff.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm excited to see what comes out of the Great Gardener in the future. So as long as guys, you know, Mood Ring, fucking Jose. Jose's a pimp grower, dude. If you guys don't know who Jose is and Mood Ring and like Jose deserves a hats off because those guys put love and quality. Like you can guarantee everything coming out of Mood Ring is fucking banging. So and then what's another one? Western Cannabis. They're actually an outfit just outside Regina. I went to a pot symposium in Saskatoon, a panel discussion at the University of Saskatchewan there. And they showed up and gave some samples out, which turned out to be a guy that I knew who used to go to my Cannabis Cups group, is their master grower.
Nice.
Yeah, man, I smoked that pot.
I love how small the world is, man.
I smoked that weed, it was fire. Super tasty, got me super ripped, burned super clean. I was like, if this is what's starting to come out of the rep market, fucking hats off, man.
Right.
So there are some places that it's been, 6 years? So of course, anything's going to improve over time. I think where we'll be in another 6 years, I just think people need to stay positive and push their local stores to have educated people behind the counter.
Right.
If you go in there and the dude says what Gord said earlier, 43%, this is the best, he's probably lying to you.
Yo.
Or he never tried and doesn't know.
I knew so much that 420 didn't like me.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like the way it's set up.
He's
like
not
he's
not only a label reader, they're
away
going
from
off
it.
of numbers.
Yeah.
So in the legal market, the data says that customers only come in and ask for what has the highest THC. It's the same shit that we used to hear from people.
Yeah. I used to tell
Right? Which is insane because something with like 18% THC and like a 6% terpene profile.
Dude, I've
is
got high off of
amazing.
11%.
For sure.
Yo,
There's fire
I used
fucking
to-
weed. If you think you need 40% to get stoned, you're being lied to.
Yeah.
It's all bullshit.
it was so,
Like, how about this one? You want to get more stoned? Smoke another joint.
Right?
dude, it was so bad I had to show the managers how to use Ben to service.
Oh,
It was
shit.
Because it was the same at Hemp Roots. I used to use the same one, so like I already knew how to
And they didn't like you.
No.
They're like, don't come back.
Well, no, they didn't really say that. They just gave me no hours, right?
Oh, shit.
The quiet fire.
Not bartending here.
Yeah, the quiet
Did you get
fire.
your can safe or whatever the fuck that bullshit is?
Yeah.
Self-safe.
Cell safe? I don't know what's it called.
Yeah,
So
Celsius.
Oh, okay,
And
is
like,
that
you get a QCW number.
QC.
I don't know.
QCW.
Look, I sell this safe every day, and
Fuck
it
yeah,
don't-
dude.
I sell it.
It's way better
and it
too.
didn't require nothing.
No.
I
I
tried
tested it
to-
myself just 10 minutes ago.
I tried to apply for the QCW. I figured, you know what? I'll apply for a QCW just for shits and giggles, right? Let's see what happens.
We have to have background.
And then we get to the part where what's your criminal record? And they give you like 2 little lines, and I'm like, oh, okay, I quit because my criminal record. I'm gonna need another page, bro. I'm sorry, but yeah, I guess I'm not qualified for fucking
just do background checks.
selling cannabis.
Honestly, I think the smartest thing you can do is have AI just do your fucking test for you. There you go.
Fucking
Just,
right.
Here,
Say,
give me my
license.
cancel.
Yeah.
Here,
Well, I could do it. It's just having the criminal record that I have.
just tell them you're good. It's not like they got some guy looking at it. This is the one thing I've discovered about the government. They're real bad at their jobs.
Really bad.
Lazy motherfuckers, man. And that's because they're on that tax money. I should
Yeah.
be chilling too. You ever seen road construction? It's like 10 of them just standing around having a day. Hey, and one dude in the hall working.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck, man.
Yeah, just whoever's newest.
I've
the new
had-
guy,
No, you
get in
just
the
need
hole.
one more guy at the top of the hole. That's it.
I've had a medicinal marijuana grow since 2004. I got my MMAR for designated grower.
Yeah.
Then in 08, I got my own license for production as well.
Yeah.
So I've had my license since 04. Guess how many times I've had a government employee from Health Canada come and look at my fucking grow?
0.
So,
None.
what was your reaction right before the Allard injunction happened when they fucking sent out the letter to destroy your cannabis with cat litter and all that other shit?
The letter, we're still waiting on the lawsuit to the letter. So we did there's a fucking class action lawsuit for breach of privacy.
Okay.
Because they sent all those letters
Oh yeah, and you could see.
with your fucking name right on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge
Yeah.
breach of privacy.
Huge breach of privacy.
The letter the contents of the letter were fucked too.
The letter only suggested the cat litter as a method of destruction. It does say that you can light it on fire.
Yeah, like I will.
So
just a
we-
series of
so
small
we-
fires.
That's right. We lit all of it on fire. I guarantee you it was destroyed.
It's a small
It
batch
just
of fires.
happened to pass through my lungs and then my blood system before it was destroyed.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you we destroyed all of it.
Yeah.
Nothing went to waste. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
yeah.
That's
We
right. Not
incinerated
one
the
little
whole
bit.
fucking
That's
lot,
right.
man. Yeah. Yeah, I think
fell
that
down.
hose there. That hose is legit. Oh,
It's like the limp dick wherever that thing went.
that's what
It's
we
right
were
My
beside
left
it.
tits.
There you go. Oh my.
Well, it's 2023. You got to put the tits on too.
It's like that.
It's like that.
I just grabbed the lighter and reached for my knee now.
I'll let you use your imagination.
Fred
I'm
says,
starting to think
"Fuck
you got.
them to the letter. I have my letter still." Like, are we ever gonna see any more from this case against Health Canada?
We
Why?
will. I mean, all that shit takes time. That's the problem. I mean, look at the Allard case. Like, Jesus. You know, that was like, 2-3 weeks of trial. We went down for the first week of trial. It's actually pretty wild. We had the Langley. That's when, with the coalition, Jason Wilcox, rest his soul. We miss you, brother.
Yeah,
One of the most finest cannabis warriors I've ever met in my entire life.
Yeah, we got to hang out quite a few times.
Man, heart of a
I
lion.
love that guy.
I was very thankful to sit as a founding coalition member for the Saskatchewan chapter of the charter Allard decision. Like, we worked countless hours and fundraising to help pay for all that shit. Like,
Fuck yeah.
and including being down there for the first week of the Allard trial, which was unbelievable. To, got to see Ramos' testimony and stuff. Like, basically, they got made fun of real bad.
Yeah.
Like,
Bro, they tried to use, if I'm not mistaken, Remo's video of the world's biggest joint where he literally wrapped an old fucking plant in newspaper.
Yeah.
And
it was
They're
a
like,
plus.
look at this guy's irresponsible and like
What the fuck are you talking about?
over-consuming.
Well,
and
they
I'm
had
like,
to be.
Fuck you.
Well, they had to. be explained that he was a content creator and that was for views and that all of it is staged. Nobody's actually smoking a joint that, but you wouldn't need to.
Yeah.
Like, it's all just for fucking...
He literally rolled an
it's all for
entire
fun.
plant in a fucking newspaper. Like.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, and they did back then. They were. That's what they were doing as content creators.
Yeah.
And that was to drive their now thriving.
Remo nutrients
business.
is huge.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, and he requires that. Did they? It's unfortunate that the Crown just got embarrassed in court by their decision.
Unfortunate for them.
For sure. Very fortunate for us.
Yeah.
I mean, it was 2014. The Aller decision hasn't been lifted.
Yeah.
Like, they're never gonna pull. They say we're grandfathered is what they call us. I mean, I still got a pink piece of paper in my pocket, but I feel like Superman with that sometimes.
Fuck yeah, the pink slips are rare, but
They are, and when you pull them out, people are just like, we're good. We don't.
Yeah.
And it's because, like I said, every time that they took us to court, we won, which is very rare in justice to occur. If anybody's been dragged through the justice system, generally you're guilty before you're found innocent. And if you have your day in court, you're lucky if you got a good lawyer, you paid enough money. Like it's not actual freedom.
No.
Right? Like, if they think you're guilty of something, they're going to make sure you're guilty of something. Shy of fucking the hand of God. Right. You know, and that's it, and it's unfortunate we have that rule of system. And best thing that was ever said to me by a very smart man, he said, Jeff, they make all the rules, but they don't follow any of them. So why should you?
Yeah.
Right.
That was made so apparent.
Like, people are like,
COVID.
my rights, my rights, my rights. What rights? All that shit was made up.
If it can be taken away from you, you never really had it.
No, it was all made up. We just made it up. Someone along the way just made up rights that you think you have.
Yeah.
You don't have shit. You're just human existing.
Yeah.
That's where we're fucking at in life. Like, that's the level of acceptance that we need to get to. We don't owe the government anything. They don't owe us anything either.
No.
Like, and this system of them, us, it's almost like a sickness, like Stockholm Syndrome, where people are dependent on this government entity to exist, right? Get in a conflict, you call the police. Just deal with it. You're a fucking adult. Right? Talk your problems out. It's called open communication. Agree. How about agree to disagree?
Somebody breaks in my house, I'm calling something 1-1. It ain't fucking 911. I'm calling 311. Where can I fucking dig a hole?
Maybe if there was that rule of law as well, there'd be less fuck around, find out. Like, I personally think that's we need to go back farther. We need to go back to homesteading. We need to go back to growing our own food.
Yeah.
We need to go back to being uncodependent on big business and tech.
That's why I'm building that race.
All the shit we're on right now, e-nails and
as I fucking smoke my electric nicotine. Fuck.
It goes back to, like, I remember if I could go, we're so tech now. I mean, I remember taking a 2-liter jug in a fucking bread bag.
Yeah.
That was
parachute.
Like,
we used to have a juice jug in the fucking sink with the cut off.
Same shit.
Called it the plunger.
Ah!
Yeah.
Dustin, I just smoked a big old bowl of hash, man. Calm down. You're trying to get me fucked up.
Hash is good.
I was like, come on, Dabs, let's go. Like, bro, I just smoked a bowl of hash.
I'm dabbing.
Oh, it's dab o'clock all day
Dab o'clock all the
long.
time.
All right, dabs down.
Cheers.
I'll smoke my dabs.
What y'all smoking on?
There you go. I've been waiting for that question all day.
We're smoking on some Strawberry Gary.
Yeah, the strawberry
we got
Gary
some
is
super.
nice.
We got some super lemon haze.
And we're
For
smoking
shatter.
on some Mad Scientist flower rosin, Mob Boss, the Silent D,
Yeah,
Silent D.
and the mystery shatter. Fucking caviar pack should arrive next week, and that'll have.
Caviar's got fire.
Yeah, you know, it was kind of funny. I said to Colin when we went out to Vancouver. We go up to Cannabis Culture Lounge upstairs, like, oh, let's see what they got dabs for sale. Oh, caviar. It's not like, oh, caviar, like they're bad. It's, oh, caviar, like this is the shit that I smoke every fucking day. I just traveled across the province to smoke the same shit that I smoke every day. Fuck.
Bit of a big hit I left on there.
That's why I think it's turned up a little bit, because I don't think it's the right temperature, to be honest.
Well, I don't think it much hotter. I'd be fucking choking.
Yeah.
But we should have just hooked up the subby. That was my own fucking fault.
Oh, good.
Yeah, should have just.
Next time you're through.
Well, yeah. Is this the first time we've done the show?
Yeah, dude.
Fucking A.
Thank you for coming out.
Oh, fuck, thanks for having me. It's
We
been
love
fun.
it.
You know, I love talking about weed.
Yeah.
No,
With
it's
the
just
fucking cops
crazy.
and-
It's just crazy to hear stories of like true activism from
Yeah.
like before legalization. And
Guys like you are getting rare.
Well,
Yeah.
2005 we got, or 15 we got pepper sprayed.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That was
arrested.
entertaining,
That
yeah.
was fucked.
It was crazy in 2015. It had that same kind of feel. We just didn't have the numbers.
Yeah.
We didn't have the numbers, and none of the old activists that
So it's
used to be
easier
involved.
to overpower.
Of course, when the cops outnumber you,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
But when you outnumber the cops, it's like fuck.
Well, then you're in control.
Yeah.
In 2015, we pushed them so far back across the street, they were scared, man.
Good.
Yeah, they were scared. We blocked off a fucking whole street downtown too.
Good.
And then we had our rally, but there was fucking so many people there. And that's what happens when you give people what they think they want. They become complacent,
Yeah.
right? A lot
People
of people
don't understand if you actually like group together.
A lot of people
Ain't shit gonna be happening.
don't think what we're doing there is worth it. When they don't realize that your government shit is garbage,
Yeah.
right? Like there's a handful of places. I named 3 that I would smoke. And there's fucking 150 of them or more,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
So when only a few are, like, we need to change that,
Yeah.
and then I won't have anything to really argue. We'll just be doing things like pot fights,
Yeah.
which I really hope if you guys can make it all pot fights, September long weekend in Vancouver, plus the 42 live event. So that's 42 different fucking things you get to test in a fucking cup-like setting. Pot fights it's basically we're gonna get together. We got a wrestling team coming in that you partner with, and then it's people that sort of had beef within the community before that are just want to bury the bullshit and fucking move forward.
Fucking love that.
We can't get past all our hiccups unless we deal with what happened. Shake hands and move forward, right?
We had the same kind of thing. We were thinking putting on headgear and boxing gloves and having a
The
boxing.
problem is getting it, sanctioned and fucking
Right. Well, that's why we're doing the
safety
wrestlers.
liabilities. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like,
the
'cause,
wrestlers
I'm
who
just
are
saying,
already
like, I
licensed
feel like
and
I gotta
sanctioned.
fight these other guys.
They can go do that. So if you brought in like even semi-pro dudes and had like a fucking made an event out of it,
Yeah.
you could sell tables, make sure everybody can smoke weed at the tables. It'd be super fun, man. Like that's the kind of stuff that we want to bring and start to push away from activism on a front line. I'm saying activism behind the door where we can then push the agenda, lobby. I've said this since the beginning. We should have a lobby group.
Mm-hmm.
We should fundraise and put that into lobby groups that then go to the government and push these regulatory changes.
Like real fundraising. Yeah.
Real fundraising. So if we could do anything with the platform of shows like this, is to start raising money to fucking hire a lobby group. And then pay that lobby group to do the back work that we can't. Like, we were just regular people.
Yeah, nobody's
There's-
gonna listen to me either. Like my appearance and shit. Like nobody's gonna listen.
Right, but they'll listen to a dude who's got a university degree to back him, and you pay him.
Yeah.
They always listen to the lawyer when you
Some
pay
fucking
them, right?
clean cut suit dummy with a fucking tie and a haircut.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And then you just make sure you're clear and precise on what we want and hope that those changes come to fruition. And then and as we go, continue to be what you are, that shining example of what a stoner is.
Right.
Right. And we appreciate you.
Look how
Thank
shining.
you.
Shining as fuck.
Glistening white over there.
Yeah.
Fucking halo guard.
I'm
There's a-
shiny.
The chat stopped working because there's a whole bunch in the chat group that.
Oh.
Oh, shitty.
Chat refresh.
And change of color.
No, it didn't show up again. That's weird.
Okay, whatever. But Stacy's smoking lemon bake.
Lemon bake.
Fred's on the sour
Oh, yeah.
banana atomic cookies. Ooh, diamonds in the sauce.
Oh, what
But
do y'all smoking?
Martina said they're coming down August 10th.
Yeah, which is a Thursday, so
We might see you. 2 Hoots on Main in Airdrie. That's right next to Fred's shop.
Yeah.
We might see you.
So
Maybe have a off the show stuff.
please
Oh
make it.
shit, 2 Hoots.
Yeah.
Oh,
Super
yeah.
Silver Haze. That's not D. I wish I had some Super Silver Haze.
We're smoking Super Silver Haze right now.
We got Super Lemon Haze.
Oh, it is the lemon haze.
Super
You're
Silver
right.
Haze. That's one of the cup
The silver's
winners.
nice, yes.
Remember we used to enter the Super Silver Haze
I
with
do.
Dave Dabcore.
I do remember.
Happy Dabbers and shit.
That's right.
Multiple cup wins for the Super Silver Haze with Team Dave, right? Fucking that shit was dope. We toured it around different cups. He won.
remember that.
He won at Redbeard's Cup too.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
that's right.
Yeah.
You know, it was a fucking slapstick winner.
It was, dude. It's so tasty.
Oh, any of the hazes. I mean, because you don't really get
Yeah.
those sativa lines really.
One of them I was
Yeah.
really shocked with, and
It's
I
not
think
real
everybody
pure
was
sativas.
too, because Dave there, he entered the King Tut, and the King Tut was all right. King Tut was all right.
King Tut
But
was okay.
he beat Fat Farmer and he beat Remo, and I'm looking at the entries from those guys, and I'm like, bro, you didn't fucking win. What the fuck is that?
You can never guess on a blind judge what people are gonna think.
Right?
Yeah.
I honestly, we've been kicking this around for a long time, and if I was to do another cannabis cup, it would be, we want to do what we call the Masters of Cannabis,
Yeah.
where you like the Masters of Golf, where you get a green and gold jacket with your fucking shit. Like,
I'm down.
yeah, and then that cup isn't blind taste testing from judges. It's analytical based.
Okay.
So we pick one place to sample everything and have it tested. All your samples are sent in to us. We then send those samples to the lab. The lab gives us the results, and the basis of the results is what determines the first, second, and third place.
Okay.
No, and then you show up at
Can
the
there be
cup.
People's Choice after?
Then you show up at the cup, and then you get to fucking sample your judge's kit,
Yeah.
already knowing analytically who the best is, and then have your own judging contest. See what the difference is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
see
the
what
people- the people's choice,
see what the
yeah.
people's choice
Yeah.
is,
Yeah,
and
because
then those
like you
all
said, you
around
never know
scores.
who's gonna win.
Combine those 2 scores, and that gives you your Master of Cannabis.
Right.
What we
I
call
like
the
that.
Master of Cannabis.
Yeah, you never know who's
Which
gonna
will give
win.
you a gold and green jacket with your fucking name and shit engraved.
I
on it.
want one now.
Yeah.
I'd want the first one. If I
So the
agree,
Masters of Cannabis Cup. I'd like to host
That
that
would be awesome.
in Vancouver as well.
I don't know
There's,
if I could.
there's no reason for me to do another one back in Saskatchewan.
I don't
Yeah.
know if I could do it with fucking flowers. If you were to do a Masters of Hash.
We would include every
Yeah.
category. So we would include hash, live,
I'm down for that, man.
fucking squish, fucking
I
hard
think we
press,
could win.
bubble, fuck all of it, dude.
I think we could win.
Edibles will test everything. Because in an analytical test, you don't need, like, it's not like a blind test where you're eating edibles, right? You're just sending in a sample of your edible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's being tested for its THC levels and its CBD, CBN, all that. Terpenes, all that.
Terpenes, yeah.
Right. And we'll get
That's
back.
the thing. Like you could
So
hit a
think
16.
about
That's
the
fucking
power
amazing.
of an analytical test in a cup based. And I'm telling you, I think it's genius.
I think they did that at.
And that's
the
copyrighted.
Hempfest Cup
Nobody can
shit.
steal it.
I think they did that at
We haven't
Hempfest.
done that yet.
Hempfest did that.
Hempfest did that? An analytical? That's cool.
Yeah, it was actually like you say. It was cool to
But
see.
I'm saying you do the judging as people as well, right?
Yeah, no, same thing. It's weird to see. They did it exactly like you're describing. Unfortunately, you're not
Damn.
the first one to it. But yeah, it was cool to see because.
I didn't think I'd be the first one to it. I'd be the first one to do the Masters of Cannabis.
Yeah, Masters of Canada. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
the
was
whole
cool to
jacket,
see though. Like our buddy Dano Toothless, he won a couple of those cups, and like it was judged by people, and the people are the ones who decided. You know, it was like a celebrity judging fucking thing.
Gotcha.
And they decided who won, but then after, it was actually after the win, they told you, okay, these are the levels of the terpenes and the cannabinoids and fucking this, that, and the other. So it was cool to see.
I truly believe that you will base your cannabis results on the region and where you are in the world. Like each city, each province, each country enjoy something different. You go over to Amsterdam, and those people are not sitting around smoking fucking Indos all goddamn night.
That you
I
gotta
can
you gotta
guarantee you
consider
that.
shit.
They're
That's-
fucking floating sativas to the fucking cows come home.
yeah.
They're
Right.
lit up on some of the best sativas. Some of the best sativa I ever smoked was in fucking Holland,
Yeah.
Bet.
right? So
You
that
gotta take
Euro,
that shit into consideration. man.
Euro doesn't like being knotted out on the couch like Canadians do.
Yeah.
They actually think we're crazy.
If you remember the year that the year that we won with the rosin there, like you were out in Calgary like 6 months before, and I asked you, I'm like, what do people like in that neighborhood? Right, and I specifically found shit that you like. Okay, they like this type of flavor, so like,
Yeah,
you know, ask to find out
Saskatoon.
what does Sask enjoy. So we
Kush.
found, yeah, so we found
They like-
cushy fucking shit
like
and
something
ran
that
the
slaps-
cushy shit.
They like what something that slaps you in the face.
And you got to
'Cause
do
that's-
that research, man.
That's because our town's been Kush crazed. Like
Yeah.
it was a Kush dump for when Kush hit the fucking scene
Yeah.
and over Kushed us. It got to the point where it was coming in tuna cans. You can fucking get. You go out east, they got those nice cool cans still.
Yeah.
With like the cool fucking graphics and shit.
I kind of considered
That's the way
getting a
you should
canner because
Hell yeah!
Just
if
for
you
fun,
can put that
right?
fucking cool ass label on it. Yeah, see, back in the day, they just came as a tuna can. You had
Yeah.
to hope it was something good in there.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, man! Near the end, it was hit and miss. Like in the beginning, whoever came up with it originally was putting banger shit in there, right? But fuck, after everybody got a canner,
Of course.
then just shit you didn't know what it was. But,
Fred says that this might be your second time on the show.
oh, that's a possibility.
Did we have you on like a video call?
Probably the
maybe?
early years.
Did you do this at your other place?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was on there one time, long time ago. Maybe promote the breakup.
Oh
Yeah.
You brought the cup.
Because we gave away fucking a pair of tickets. That's
Stoners.
bro.
So Fred is correct.
Thanks,
Oh,
Brad.
man. Oh, and that actually reminds
Yeah,
me,
but there's-
we've got we're gonna be giving away a pair of camping passes to Puff Puff Pass that do not include entry to the event, and we're gonna be giving away a pair of entry passes to Camp Canna that do not include camping. So we're, you know what I mean? You gotta pay for one or the other kind of thing, but we're giving away all sorts of fucking passes for upcoming events. We're not gonna do that shit on the wheel though. We're gonna do one of those like tag your friends and share the shit so that we can try to grow the channel a little bit. Tag your friends, tell them to fucking follow the channel, and then we'll give you some tickets to some shit.
Because of our sponsors this year, Pod Fights is free in Vancouver for like just general admission.
That's cool.
Right, so you can just come to the event if you want to hang out and check it out.
That's fucking dope.
If you want to be a judge in the 42 live, you got to reach out and get those online. So I believe it's podfights at Gmail. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure, and then there might be a website too, but I'm such a fucking stoner.
Is this gonna be like live streamed?
Most likely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we'll do our best to live stream. Maybe we can get you guys out as official live stream for the happy hour, and that's how
Oh man, that would be hilarious.
that's how I get you part of it. Unless you want to wrestle somebody, bro. Who wants to see Gord wrestle somebody
Oh, fuck
in
yeah.
a tight onesie?
With my fucking
Okay, we
moose
get
knuckle out
what
there.
do you need? We get 200 stars, and that will make that fucking happen.
Who else is in my weight class?
Well, other than my fat ass, I'm not sure who.
Right.
Bring Dickie.
Oh yeah, bring David out. Fuck yeah.
How
Pretty
about, how
David
about
Dickie.
Andy Dabber? He's a pretty thick motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
I think he's over in Asia though with his new wife.
I don't think I can do it.
But we could probably get him here for that.
I'm such a cripple. Like I'll talk
No,
a big.
that's what the wrestlers are
yeah,
for.
I talk a big
You-
game for a
listen,
minute, but like
you just
ooh.
gotta look good. You gotta get in the ring, flash your white skin, and smoke a fatty. And the wrestlers, that's what the wrestlers are there for. We have professional wrestlers that do this as like a side thing. I can't remember the outfit's name.
Yeah.
I'm so bad with details. My apologies, people. I am a fucking
Like a
horrific
local island.
stoner. They're local to Vancouver. and I don't know, they do this on the regular. So you get teamed up with a wrestler who fights the match for you. Yeah.
Probably like RCW.
Honestly,
or
dude,
something.
I'm a cripple too. Do you think I'm getting in there to fucking to wrestle? I got a broken back.
Right?
Yeah, me and Karen are gonna have a pillow fight while the wrestlers are actually. So we're gonna run around the outside and hit each other with fucking weed pillows. It's, like I said, it's just meant to be fucking fun, and it's meant for people that had differences before in the past to bury their shit and come together and have great fun in Vancouver. Like these are the kind of events that we're gonna do, that we're gonna get away from like the 42 Live Cup is super fun, man. It's on the spot. Somebody shows up at your table and just drops you fucking dabs and bubble hash and shit, and you smoke it and fucking pick your favorite.
All right.
It's super fucking wicked.
That's
and then,
my kind of party.
And then they give out, and then they do the cups. 42 cups they give out to first, second, and third place for everything.
Wow.
Yeah, it's super fucking cool.
That is cool.
And I won first place for my bubble hash.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
Alan Parsons, what the Sam hell is going on?
What the Sam hell is going on? We're at HighAF Happy Hour and we're hanging out with Jeffrey Lundstrom.
Yo.
We've been getting stoned and talking about fucked up things and cannabis and the fucked up things around cannabis.
The greatest fucking plant ever given to mankind.
Right.
I do love that plant so much.
Me
Marijuana.
too.
I love that plant so much.
Hope it's RCW that
Maybe.
with you guys.
I became
Real
the
Canadian wrestling.
Today I became
I
the
don't know,
president
they're
of the
pretty
Calgary
local.
I
Cannabis.
can probably,
Yeah,
like,
they're-
if you give me a second to look it up, I'm sure he's just fucking promoting the shit out of it.
All right,
I
there,
love,
cocky
those, I love those local wrestlers. They're way better than WWE.
He's got me going with the wrestling shit, right?
I love it.
You're gonna get a fucking like a Borat like one
Yeah.
strap.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get a tattoo that says El Presidente. I was elected completely unopposed today to the seat of president at the Calgary Cannabis Club, and Jason J. Bowles,
Floating
the
head.
big old fat head behind the camera there.
Whoa, I'm ahead of you guys.
Yeah, that's weird. Whatever, I messed everything up today, but he's the vice president, and he got that position completely unopposed. And
All the support.
you know, Dale won the chair today.
Oh man, that was a.
It was a tie. We actually had to call a member who couldn't make it and ask them to fucking give us a tie breaking vote, so that Dale could become new chairman. And we've got a new treasurer and stuff. So like, Cannabis Club's fun, and now I'm in charge. So it's gonna be interesting.
Is it?
It's the Gerd Hayes show. No, I'm kidding. We're
Get that fucking shirt off.
I know, right? Just makes me a cocky asshole. No, we're gonna do cool stuff though. Fuck. We got a booth at Puff Puff Pass where we're gonna do some really cool stuff. You know, we got Stunzy working the events, and with Jason as VP and me as president, like, we're gonna be a pretty badass fucking team, and Rochelle too, right? We're gonna be a pretty badass team out of Puff Puff Pass. We're gonna be running hot boxes, personal hot boxes, fucking misters, and fucking sick shit at our booth, and
I
like,
think we're gonna run a few games too.
yeah, we're gonna do either the obstacle course again,
Yeah.
a variation of the obstacle course. I was kind of thinking about relay races. I think it would be cool to have fucking relay races, and maybe start out with vendor versus.
Relay
Yeah.
races, yes.
You should have seen our obstacle course, Jeff. We made you spin around on a bat, and then try to roll a joint fast as you could.
Nice.
And then you gotta light that joint, smoke it while you jump from hoop to hoop.
I love it.
Then you gotta play
Love
fucking cornhole. When you sink your fucking cornhole,
Nice.
you run and you take a dab.
Nice. I like it.
Then
Then you
hold-
gotta fucking.
I got a good one. Fucking stoner pillowcase races.
That would be cool. But then we make
Or
you pick
gunny
up
sack
this.
race.
You get this little pipe like this big, and you gotta fucking smoke that as you're going across a 4-inch balance beam. So you're all cross-eyed as fuck, trying to get stoned.
I like it.
And then you gotta play beer pong real quick. And once you sink your fucking thing, you gotta fucking take a bong rip, and then it's a sprint
It's like
to the finish.
It's like fucking Cannabis Olympics, but on fucking roids.
On roids, you gotta sprint to the finish and then take a fucking
Or on
bong rip.
weed, I
So you're
guess.
so stoned and you're so out of breath from this fucking sprint to the finish, and you're trying to clear You got no lungs.
Yeah, 'cause you
it
know
was
fucking-
so
you know,
cool.
Well, the
Rita's
original,
got no lungs to begin
intent
with.
to that last one was to hold it in to go like to hold it
Yeah,
in for
it was-
30
it
seconds.
was supposed
but by
to be
the end of
fucking
it, nobody could
Take
do
a
it.
bong hit and see if you can hold it, but nobody can hold it after doing all that.
Oh, no
spin
shit.
around and balance and jump and fucking.
No shit.
You know what I mean?
You know what else they couldn't do? Pass a roadside surprise. Good thing people
Dude,
were
that would be
capping,
so funny.
dude. Jesus.
Oh man, we should totally do
There was
that.
a few people who
Should
didn't
make
want to
that
sign
the
up.
end of the obstacle course.
Yeah,
and just a
right.
cop there saying, "Can you walk a straight line, sir?"
Well,
No.
we make you walk the balance
I don't
beam,
know,
so I think they
That's
probably
hilarious.
can. You
There's a
know?
guy up in Edmonton. His name was Ironfoot. He stood on his head
MC
and
Ironfoot,
fucking
yeah.
did 5 bomb rips on his head.
We
Upside
should
down
have
bong
an
hits.
event called the Ironhead. That's hilarious. That's a new cannabis Olympic event, dude.
Right?
If that shit happens.
Right?
Hell
How do you
yeah.
even do a bong hit upside down? It has water. in it.
Somebody
did
held it
5
for
of
him
them.
upside down. So like when he
Yeah,
did
yeah,
it,
yeah.
so
No,
it
it'd have
was-
to be some with a curve. so
Yeah.
you could-
It was
he
a
could-
straight beaker. It was
Yeah,
really
it was a
hard. Like
straight
he was this
beaker.
close to getting water in his
In his
face the whole
fucking
time.
mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It
don't
was
see
very
that working.
precarious.
Nah, man.
I mean, I'm sure you could work on something out with that, but he was just
There's
like,
a glass blower to come up with a fucking inverted
upside down
bong
bong,
for
yeah.
that motherfucking thing right
Somebody could do it. Yo,
there. The Iron Head.
motherfuckers
Because
at
we already
Boxcar,
have the
I know
Iron
you're
Lung.
watching.
yeah.
So that's an actual event at my Cannabis Olympics, the Iron
Yeah.
Lung, right? We just add in the Iron Head.
Iron
I'm
Head.
gonna get fucking Shine to come up.
With the inverted
I'm
bong,
calling him
yeah.
tonight.
Calling him tonight.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
this is
dude.
happening at one of my events.
So-
Okay, so Pod Fight. So 42 Live Pod Fight Edition, September 1st, 2023. It's at 2026 East Van, or East 43rd Street in Vancouver, BC. So that's in, I'm pretty sure East Van.
Yeah.
And so you can contact VancouverBC420.ca would be probably the website.
Okay.
Or if you're interested in either sponsoring, wrestling, vending, and or entering, you can email podfights2023@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Dope.
Right.
Should probably put that in the comments too.
Yes. Well, make
Yeah,
sure.
well, we just send
We'll
just
make a
send it-
whole post. We'll
Yeah,
do
just
a
send
it-
little
just send in the
promotion for you.
poster.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll
No, we'll
fucking
promote
make,
it for
we'll
you,
make
buddy.
sure you
Because
get all
that's
that
definitely
stoners get all that
something
information.
people should know about.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. And like I said, it's all your favorite pot activists and comedians. Mike Rita should be in the house, right? So,
Yeah.
you know, it's good people, good times, good weed for sure, and a chance to kind of just laugh at ourselves. I mean, we're all pretty silly people. I mean,
Yeah.
You wouldn't be this passionate if you weren't a bit crazy.
Right?
Right.
That's for sure.
Right. So,
Fuck.
but we want to make sure throughout the midst of all that craziness, our voices are still heard as people. You all deserve to be respected. You deserve to be appreciated, and you deserve to have cannabis that's quality to smoke every day that makes you feel good.
Right?
So
I totally
just know I try to make sure that that's available to every person that I know, and if it's not, please contact me. skunkfunksmoker@gmail. If you want to get a hold of me, we will mail you anything you need. If you're a medicinal marijuana patient, I do have a free program for cannabis, so we can help there too. So we just want you to feel better, whatever ails you.
Here.
Yeah.
Man, that's awesome.
So
The real patience over profits.
well, we care, and
Yeah.
I think that doesn't exist anymore.
It's very rare.
doesn't.
now. It's
So I
very
want to
rare
make sure
now.
that the medicine you smoke makes you feel better, because I wouldn't be alive otherwise.
Right?
The pain medication I was taking would have killed me, and it was killing me. So cannabis saved my life, and it saved countless other people's lives.
I got off
But
Adderall
no,
and fucking Ritalin.
But know your fucking dose, man. Like what happened to your mama. I make cannabis capsules, right?
Amen.
And Colin's mom messaged me. She
Great.
goes, "I want the strongest capsules you've got." And I'm like, "Well, no, you don't." How about these
I want the
100?
strongest capsules you got.
Right? Here's like I got 100 milligram capsules. They're pretty powerful, 100 milligrams. And she's like, "No, I thought I saw something higher than that." I'm like, "Okay, well I got these like 250s." She's like, "Yeah, those are the ones I want." And then next morning she calls this motherfucker like, "What the hell was in those things?" And it's like, man, you gotta know your fucking dose. 250's too much.
It's a lot for some people. It's a lot.
Yeah, I stuck 2 or 3, thinking,
Right.
Yeah, she took 2, so she took 500 milligrams.
The standard
It's a
dose
lot.
for like
She was high the next morning when she woke
beginner
up.
patients
yeah.
and stuff. I start them out around 25 milligrams, and then we go to 50 and 100
Well, I
and
mean, that's
whatever.
why
But
you can see why you understand the 10 milligrams where it started. I know some people are like 20
They get
milligrams will fuck me
fucked.
up.
But they love them.
And I'm like, jeez.
we saw that at Weedstock. Guys are like, oh my god, fucking, they're selling 100 milligram drinks. How are people gonna stand? I go up and I'm like, 100 milligram. Can you like just keep on dripping in there? Like, can we bump
Yeah,
this?
let's make that 1,000.
Yeah.
That
we add another 0 onto
That's what I
that
told
fucking
these guys.
dosage. Like,
I told you, my guy started at 1,000. We worked from there. He's like, they looked at each other like, what? I'm like, oh, you guys aren't real potheads. So I thought,
we had
you know.
breakfast and they had infused syrup, and she's like, it's 10 milligrams a spoonful.
Oh.
How much do you want? I'm like, I don't know, the fucking jar.
The
Like,
bottle.
I mean, I
just
want
give it
syrup
to
on my
me, like-
pancakes, so I'll take a couple
I
scoops.
would put the
but-
syrup in my coffee. I put it like I'm trying to fucking get high here, people.
100%.
But that 10 milligram shit and 20 milligram shit does fuck some people up.
Yep.
And you gotta be respectful of that and try to not fucking, have people over consuming. I won't
I
say
think we-
overdosing because that's not a
I
thing,
think we
but
should
like
Mama G my
overconsumption
mom.
happens.
It
Mama
can.
G, yo mama.
Yeah.
Give her a muffin.
Yeah.
Those muffins fuck you up. I remember at your cup, you were telling me edibles don't faze me, whatever. You had some of Mama G's shit.
Oh, those are strong.
Yeah. Next day,
I didn't
Jeff's
say-
like, dude, I woke up in my van covered in chocolate. I don't even know what happened.
I fucking mess with because I ate a few of them and I ate another one on the way home.
Yeah,
But
man.
I'll tell you, that was an intense drive back to. They were fucking great. And I didn't say they don't affect me. It just takes a lot.
Yeah,
They have a
yeah,
high dose level,
yeah.
Yeah.
right? But I ate fucking.
And those were
I
pretty
ate
high dose.
3
Yeah.
of them, bro.
Oh, bro.
Right. Had the
Yeah.
best sleep ever.
I bet.
Pain free, so that's what
Not
I'm always
covered in
looking for.
chocolate.
We
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
we
yeah,
just gave
yeah.
her husband a nickname today, Two Muffin Tony.
Nice.
Because he always takes 2 muffins and then stands back and just whoa.
Yeah.
He's in the background.
Two
just,
Muffin Tony.
Just petting
Two
the dog.
Muffin
Two
Tony.
Muffin Tony.
Bro,
just petting
he-
the dog.
You know that motherfucker licked the bowl. Come on now. But
Yeah,
no.
Mama G's fucking edibles are great.
Yeah, they really are. I recommend them
She
because
gave me
like
a bottle of
And they're-
tincture that was pretty good too.
And
Yeah.
they're tasty, too.
see people get used
Yes.
to the distillate stuff, the one-dimensional THC fucking thing. But the thing about Mama G's medibles is they're medibles. They're full spectrum.
Right.
They're a medicinal dose of cannabis.
No, 100%. Yeah, they're not for lightweights.
No.
They give 20 milligrams get you fucked. Don't eat Mama G's fucking muffin.
Am I like the only one, the oddball out here? I feel like when I try to sleep on edibles, I get twitchy.
There's a sweet spot. There's a sweet spot with
Yeah,
falling asleep.
Yeah, like,
and-
I
when
try,
we're on
but
edibles.
I get twitchy sometimes. I'm
Buddy-
restless.
Buddy of mine said it really well. He said, if I do too much, then I feel like I don't sleep. I feel sedated, is what he said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So his sleep isn't sleep. It's more like a sedation.
But
so he's there, and he said it's different.
it sucks because
Makes sense.
it's either I don't have enough or I take too much. I can never find.
Yeah,
Because
the
it's
right
like-
dosage. It's a tough balancing act between this ain't doing shit and this just wrecked my shit.
Well, especially
Smoked
with
a
so
couple
many
bowls
people.
of hash in Vancouver that was like that. Both me and Nobi on the way back to
Bro.
Maple Ridge, he's just like,
I'm stuck.
I'm really high. And the next day he's like, I'm sorry I didn't say much on the ride home. He's like, that hash. And I was like, oh yeah, we're good, dude. I was just as ripped. I know because I stopped to get 2 Whoppers for $10 at Burger King.
And then there's so many people out there that say, "Oh, it's 250 milligrams, it's 500 milligrams." And like, are you sure? Like, what did you do?
Right.
Well,
Yeah,
I
how
took a
does your
bunch of
math
trim, Well, okay, but like, what would the trim look like?
Man, I went to a medicinal marijuana patient's house once, and this is the problem with no knowledge base, like no education for people or available products. And this poor lady had her cannabis in a bowl that she had saturated down with oil and had like ground into the oil like with a spoon and was eating spoonfuls of the weed and the oil. And she was like, "Is this how you're supposed to do Canna oil?" And I was like, "No."
Stop
and,
doing that
and I was
right
like,
now.
and
Why?
how?
How?
And I just, whew. Like, I have heard of people doing a cold fucking soak on it where they like put it in like avocado oil or like a coconut oil and leave it in the cupboard for like a month or like 6.
Yeah.
So I'd shake it once in a while. I've heard of people doing a cold infuse like that, but
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody just pour oil into a bowl, grit it up, and spoonfuls. It broke my heart. Like she just didn't know what she was doing. She was just uneducated.
There needs to
And
be.
she's like, "Is this the right way?" I'm like, "No, dear, it's not. And I'll teach you the right way." Like, and please don't, like, you're not doing yourself any good. You're probably harming yourself a little bit by doing that. Like,
This oil.
well, this.
Well, the plant matter's easy.
Yeah, they're just gritty, man. Like, how'd you get it down was my question.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why I gotta do
How
this.
long has she
dab
been doing it
course,
for?
right?
I mean,
A wild dog.
So I mean,
Oh.
she's just used to it now.
I don't know. I just desperate when you're desperate and you don't know.
No, of course.
And don't do that. If you're desperate and you don't know, don't do that.
The fucking white balance just went off again.
What causes that?
I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, that's why I got to do this dab course, right? Like, it might not be a medicinal education or whatever. But
At
there's so
least
many
it
people who don't
teaches-
know how to dab.
It's the smartest thing you can do is give somebody an introduction to it.
Sign up at Fred's store. If you go into Fred's shop Beyond 420 in Airdrie, you can register for a class that I'm fucking hosting in September. And we're going to teach them how to dab, and then we're going to give them a rig to go home with at the end of the day so that that purchase isn't such a monster.
Because if you have fucking fucking ripper off your first one, I seen dudes like fall on their face. Like, you shouldn't do that to somebody who does their first dab.
Yeah.
That motherfucker's scared.
Right.
He's never gonna come
Never.
back.
A lot of these people,
I'm not gonna
what
lie,
I'm
before
dabbing
all
them
the
with is like
education, that
a
was my
fucking residue.
fucking, like,
First experience.
Oh, 100%.
A lot of people's first dabs is just some residue from somebody else's dab.
Yeah, I honestly you should do cleanup off of one of mine.
Right? Like,
Yeah,
that's your
that's-
first, yeah,
that's
that's
probably
your
my
first.
first started.
When I first started, I was hot knifing dabs. I had a T-shirt, no lie. It was just covered in dabs. I'd put it on when I wanted to dab. I'd put it on.
Remember the T-swing?
Yo, yeah, no,
Okay, so the T-swing's like one of some of the first stuff. So I had these fucking Timbos. You couldn't fucking... I had dabs all over my shoes. Because you dab like this,
Yeah.
and it just drip on your fucking shoes,
yeah.
man. So I wrecked my fucking Timberlands because I fucking dripped oil all over them back in the T-swing
So then you just
days.
wore those every time.
That, well, hey,
Fucking
Yeah.
terrible. Oh, fuck.
100%.
Okay, guys, we got to
Holy
start
shit.
drawing this to a close here.
oh man,
So
we've
what
been
we're gonna
chatting
do
for an hour and a
is, you guys
Sports ball.
fucking start rolling some joints and get your fucking hoots
Can
together.
you give a quick
We're gonna
recap?
fucking what?
Give a quick recap of what we're giving away, please.
Oh yeah, sure, for sure. Get your stars in. No, it's already. Yeah, get your stars in for next week's shit. But for
Yeah.
this week's shit, we're giving away a G9 fucking 2-in-1 vaporizer, some of Jeff's award-winning hash, and your highest fuck happy hour sticker pack and stuff like that.
Papers.
That's what's going away tonight on the fucking Wheel of Free Shit. So we're gonna spin that bitch, and then we're gonna have a last hoot. And that's gonna be it. But let us know in the comments what you're fucking smoking on. DJ, spin that shit.
It's the fall.
Oh, his dick stayed on.
4.
Number 4.
Freddie Bell.
Fred Bell. No fucking way.
Holy fuck. Okay, well, I'm taking my bubble hash back. Just kidding, Freddie.
Give it up for Fred in
Open
the
that
chat.
congratulatory valve.
Yeah, get the congratulatory valve wide the fuck open. Let him see it in the chat with the hearts and the likes and the things going pop, 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 pop on the screen.
Heart,
It'll, like, go up on your thing.
Laugh.
Yeah, give me that cool shit. I like that shit. But also, of course, let us know what you're fucking smoking because we're gonna have a last hoot.
How
This is
many
super fun.
spots do we fill?
Hell yeah.
Tonight we filled 18.
So
Thanks-
go ahead and
thanks
keep
for having
adding
me.
stars.
If you haven't
Thanks
had
for coming
Star-
out, Jeff. Let people know once again where they can find you, where they can follow you, and and that
So
sort of thing.
I'm best followed on my Instagram.
Sorry,
Skunk Funk Smoker, or no, sorry, the Skunk Funk guy. Just on Instagram. You just put in the Skunk Funk guy, you'll find me.
Yeah.
Can't miss me. Black and white picture of me piecing. And then a bunch of weed shit. And then skunkfunksmoker@gmail.com. And then of course Prairie Cup, SasprairieCup.ca if the website's still running. If not, the Sasprairie Cup or Prairie Medicinal Harvest Cup on Facebook. And then Skunk Funk Smokers Emporium also on Facebook. Skunkfunk.ca for our online retail coming soon. I've just been fucking crazy, so.
You know, and this is how you know dedication is key.
Right.
I mean, look at how many websites fucking you just named off and different, like, how you can find it. I mean, you're just...
The longer you stay in the game, the more things your name is attached to.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, what do you,
I
like,
love that.
I'm doing Hayes Bros, I'm doing CCC, and I'm doing High as Fuck. One day I hope to have as many tags as you.
Yeah.
You know, that's all we can do currently.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and I just, we implore you just to come out, support, even just tuning in and supporting shows like
Yeah.
this. Small stuff, you know, we appreciate that. We appreciate you.
Cheers.
This time I jumped the gun on the dab, but whatever.
Way to go, bud.
I just kind of want to get high sometimes.
Sorry, was my tray blocking things?
It was a little bit off, probably.
Hell yeah, Jeff's an old pro. Fucking rights. Don't worry. Mama G smoking Mystic Manna and a King Palm.
Sounds interesting.
With some banana cream popper. I don't know what that is, but sounds
Sounds
nice.
good.
Banana cream, yeah. That's the little pop flavored ball.
Oh, the flavor ball. Pop, pop, pop.
Yeah, banana cream flavored fucking King Pop.
You guys said you had people tune in from like all over the place. Hey,
Thailand and shit.
Yeah, that's
like,
really
yeah,
cool.
dude, yeah.
That's awesome.
Fun.
How many people were on today?
About 15, 16, I think it was the
I seen
highest.
20.
But people, was it 20?
I hit
Yeah,
it hit
20
20.
Awesome. Well, I'll
Be
make
nice
sure to
if
share some shit around so we can plug them fucking numbers higher.
That'd
Yeah.
be awesome,
It,
man.
it varies, but like in the summer when there's shit to do,
Saskatchewan,
Nice.
when there's shit to do in the summer, sometimes it's hard to get people
Wintertime, though.
to not be doing
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, winter when you're just sitting around getting stoned.
That's when we got the viewers.
And then
yeah.
the show's every Saturday,
Every
at
Saturday
7.
at 7.
Mountain Standard Time, yeah.
Fucking right.
and depending.
You always gotta say that because people will go at 7 the third time. They're like, fuck, I missed it.
Only in the
When it
winter.
hasn't started.
Only in the winter, bro.
Yeah.
We model your time in the summer.
I guess so.
And then
Yeah,
we
'cause
never fucking change. Just
Saskatchewan
like the
doesn't
rest,
give a fuck about time
just
zones.
like
Yeah, I
the rest
wish
of
we
the
did.
fucking provinces.
Right?
Yeah, just be across the board.
But if people
But
are
you're
BC
smack down
or
in the middle,
Nova
aren't you?
Scotia,
So, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, never.
Thailand,
Yeah.
see
Yeah,
if you're
well-
in places like that, yeah, it's gonna be completely different.
Well,
time.
it's the other side of the world, bro.
Yeah.
Good morning, fellas. Like, good morning, man. What you
Yeah, it's nighttime.
Good evening.
Oh man, but yeah, like we were saying, tune in. Fucking Saturdays at 7 for the High as Fuck Happy Hour. We're live every week on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Sometimes Instagram. Don't forget to follow us across all those platforms, even fucking TikTok.
Take your time.
You know, like it, share it, tell your friends, invite your fucking grandma, tell them we're giving away free shit every
week.
fucking week. But yeah, till the fucking next one, stay haze, guys.
Smoke if you got 'em.
Peace and pot, y'all.
Bye.